mistake? How could I be wrong on the artist and you still know what I'm gonna say?
There was nothing else that could have come after that. It was so obvious. It was so obvious. It was.
No.
It absolutely was. When you dipped down, when your face did
I
there's
could have been
nothing.
singing
What else were you going to sing?
anything.
You weren't about
Anything
to
by
sing
TLC.
Going Out to...
Every single TLC song would make me do this.
If you want my love. You're right.
Every song.
Right. Okay.
Layla Hathaway.
Oh, that's okay. Okay.
Forever,
For always, for love. I'm not coming home anymore. Woo! Doesn't matter.
She sings that.
Baby.
If I had the chance to hold you again,
And
I fill your heart with joy. Make you remember I'm the only one for you. Yes, I will.
Why does she do those acrobatics?
Come through with the
her
low
voice?
notes.
I just don't. I have been in love with Layla's voice since she dropped that.
Ooh.
Heaven knows how you come from me.
Heaven only knows.
Oh. What was the other one? I'm coming back just to
sings.
give you my love.
When she just sing a little something on somebody else's song, I'd be like,
have you ever watched those videos where she's hit 2 notes at one time?
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm okay. No,
Okay,
you've never
that's
seen
fine.
this.
We're gonna post it online because that's a whole.
You've never
savoring
seen
on
when she hits several
notes.
notes. When she harmonizes with her own voice. I swear to God. Okay,
She's a witch.
She really. I swear. Okay, watch when I
That's
show you
supernatural.
her with Snarky Puppy. When she goes into, I'm telling you that her own voice
Witch.
splits.
Witch.
Okay. I'm just telling you what she can do.
She's not of this world.
She's not. She's definitely not.
Okay, we're gonna do the podcast.
Are we gonna do the podcast? We ain't even started.
Are we gonna do the podcast? Are we gonna do the podcast?
We gonna start it now.
Is it time to clap?
You
Start
can go
the
ahead.
podcast.
Do it right now. Hey, we gonna start the podcast.
We
Do
gonna
it
start
right
the podcast.
now. Was that the clap you were giving me? Is that the one I'm supposed
Yes.
to use? Okay.
I'll do another one.
All right.
You so crazy. You are so crazy.
Just gonna stay this crazy all of your living days.
Yes. Yeah, it's gonna be like that today.
As if it's not like that any other day.
There's joy in the cup. Joy in the cup.
There's some joy in this cup. There's some joy in this cup. There's some joy in this cup. There's some joy in this cup. There's some
If you see it, point it. If you see it, drink it up. If you see some joy in this cup. If you see it, drink it up.
Are we ever gonna run out of songs? The answer
No.
is no.
No, it's an
No, we
infinite
will
number
not.
of songs.
An infinite number of songs.
And we can make them all gospel.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. And yes, we can. Yes, we can.
See, I
Okay,
get it.
so I know,
Oh my
I know.
God.
Okay, all
What
right.
are we doing today?
Who are you this week?
I am Sweetness, Walter Payton. You better savor it. You better savor it.
Mhm. Let the people got to see. They got to see
the entire
your
team.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
got
I'm giving you an entire Bears look. I'm giving you Bears jewelry.
It's the jewelry that sets it off, folks.
Yes, during football season, you don't even want it. You don't even want it. I'm talking about my pajamas.
Yep.
I'm talking about outerwear.
Yep. She got blankets.
Come on.
Don't you have like a lawn chair, a Chicago Bears lawn chair? You got, there's several things.
Of course, even though we don't win. But that's how you know you're a true fan.
That's how you know. Let me tell you, you know what?
Bandwagon fans.
We're going to talk about it because as you see today, I am Steph Curry.
Warriors, come out and play.
And let me tell you something. A lot of people, because I know that the Warriors have been the new shiny thing for people to get up on in recent years. I have had so many people be like, "Oh, what you a bandwagon fan?" And where am I from?
Don't they hear the E40 playing when you walk on the
I'm sorry.
street?
I've been down since Run TMC back in the 1900s.
They don't hear too
I
short
want you
when
to know Tim Hardaway is one of my brother's best friends. I was in love with Chris Webber in a way that I wanted to take him to prom.
Did we fall out of love with Chris Webber?
No.
I think we still in love with Chris Webber. Because tonight.
Listen,
I'll take Chris Webber
let's not
today.
have a conversation with me about that. Just gonna say, you're not supposed to rep for like people that you like. You're supposed to rep where you're from.
You're supposed to go hardcore. I will do the Super Bowl shuffle right now. I'll rap those lyrics.
Listen.
And I had it on a 45.
Listen.
My father bought that for me, and I played that record till
Listen.
he still has it on tape. My father can play for you the 1985 Super Bowl. Stop playing these
You
games.
are not supposed to. Now, you can have your favorites. Kobe was my favorite player, so I would always root for the Lakers when he was playing. However, my team
It's
Warriors.
Oakland, baby.
And they will forever be the Oakland Warriors.
I mean, come on.
This San Francisco, this Bay Area, this Golden State.
That's fine. Oaktown, 357.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right.
You need a troop bodysuit.
Oh, God.
To just give it to him.
Someone send that to me,
He
please.
won't let go. He won't let go. Where's BNGB?
Where is she?
Somewhere still wearing a bodysuit.
I don't want to lose your love.
She is probably killing a bodysuit right now.
Oh, right now. She could be, listen.
Come on, girl.
I'll go right to, let's get it started. Whoa, let's get it started. Whoa. Just put on the hammer and you will be rewarded. My beat is ever moving and you know I get it started. Let's get it started.
Listen, good times.
Okay.
Who else are we though?
The Joy RX.
And we prescribe joy as a therapeutic tool.
We do.
If you ain't been therapized by something joyous, if you haven't been watching, if this is like your first time watching the podcast,
welcome.
What's therapeutic about joy? Watch this one. Go back and refresh that.
You got to go back to the beginning. You got
to the beginning.
Yes. So we are fully in our season of savoring and appreciate. I mean, we are there, y'all. We have nuzzled on in.
We have just wriggled in it.
Yeah.
We just laid up in it and wriggled in that savoring.
We're rolling around in it. We're laying in its wet spot.
Just see. I'm taking your cup of water.
Of joy.
Of joy.
So, what is savoring and appreciation, Kanika?
Savoring and appreciation is to experience a thing, enjoy it completely, relish in it, and understand its full worth.
Yes, it is greater than just the recognition of the things that bring you joy. It is additionally the awareness of how you celebrate.
Yes. Can you value a thing that you don't savor and appreciate? Like, doesn't that come before valuing? Like, if you've ever felt undervalued,
well, we gonna
you know what I'm saying? If you've ever felt undervalued, it might have been because somebody that person, that organization was not savoring and appreciating you.
Oh, we gonna touch on it today.
That's why you feel undervalued.
I love it. So because we are in this season, we are capitalizing on the moment.
Yes.
So we're shouting out some of the ways that we capitalize on the moment.
Yes.
First and foremost, the Holy Ghost.
The fake one and the real one.
The fake and the real. Listen.
The pretending to have the Holy Ghost and the real Holy Ghost are both ways to show your appreciation.
Listen, have you ever said something to somebody and they send you the gif of somebody getting the Holy Ghost?
Just getting the Holy Ghost.
I just got my two-step on.
Listen.
That in itself is a way to savor the moment. And then also actually, like, you riding for Jesus at that moment. You're appreciating the Trinity, the Holy Trinity.
You are lifting your hands.
Yeah. So the Holy Ghost is definitely capitalizing on the moment.
Now, this is something, very cultural. Like in some African communities, there were people who were just wailers, like weepers. They would come and mourn with you, right? And there's a way that people from some of those African groups, ethnic groups, when someone dies, that they literally wail and will mourn with you. It's savoring and celebrating the person. It might sound strange to other people, right? Be like, why are you hollering like this, right? Which is why, there are differences in cultural funerals, right? But I think even in African American funerals, we see us borrowing, that is still part of our genetics. Right? And it can seem dramatic, right? And it doesn't sound like, is that savoring appreciation? That's not a good time. Right? But it is savoring that moment. It's saying,
savoring the loss.
Yeah. This person was that important to me that it's okay for me to just exclaim and just release this pain that I'm experiencing.
I was once getting my hair braided. That's how long ago this was. And
when was it?
Eons ago, maybe 10 years ago.
They took that little joke over.
Listen, now they can snatch a rice kernel, so don't listen.
True,
this could get braided right now.
Now you won't be able to think.
Okay, but it could get done. I was getting my hair braided, and the woman, Aminata, that was braiding my hair, she just started wailing. It wasn't just she was just calling out this. She started flailing her arms. She was falling back on the sofa. She was, and I turned to her sister and said, "What just happened?
Did something go wrong with my hair?"
Right. Did she find some lice in there? Like what?
The undles.
So she said that her sister that had been braiding my hair had just gotten a text message that a friend's father had died, not her father. Her friend's father had died, and she had to leave. She had to go find her friend. I was like, that's how you celebrate a life, though. That's how you that's how you really feel the thing. Because here's the thing,
you don't brush it off.
Once you do that, you have mourned that loss. You have gotten your feelings out.
And it'll sneak up on you later on.
You don't have to feel shy about. That's what it is. They don't feel shy about it. They don't feel shy about their grief. That's a word.
That's real good. That's a word.
Okay.
Bring somebody ice because they are just too hot.
Too hot. Too hot.
Too hot.
Too hot, baby.
Too hot.
Gotta run for cover. Gotta run for shade. Have you ever had somebody? I was in St. Lucia and this man brought me, he said, you see, no one else has ice in their cup, but I had to bring you ice because you're too hot.
People brought me ice because I was just like literally too hot, not sexy hot. They were just like, you're really sweating. So. Which was also savoring and appreciation.
Yes.
Yeah, they were just like, you need some ice because you look really sweaty.
I love this one. I love when we do this one. When someone says, okay, and then insert whatever is present in the outfit. Okay, polka dots.
Whatever that is.
Okay, stripes.
Okay, heels. and look at what that does to the other person. They'd be like, it actually causes them to savor and appreciate it because what they do, they put their outfit on. They kind of were wondering, like, is this gonna turn some heads? And then when somebody says, okay, pants.
I love us.
I like it specific. You know what I'm saying? When this one will be like, okay, cleavage. Be like,
and then you want to show it even more.
Okay. I might have been like covering it with a shawl, knowing me. And right?
Now
so I'd be like, oh, all right. My cleavage.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
Have you ever hugged somebody and you thought like, oh, you started to back away, but they hold you longer than that?
That's a good feeling.
Oh, they're holding a hug. And when I tell you that is savoring.
For real.
That is just appreciating that moment. I'm just going to hold this. I don't want to let you go quickly. Oh.
And then you get comfortable in it, and then that it initiates a moment for you. Oh, when
it
that
reminds
happens.
you also too, like why do I hug so quickly? You know what I'm saying? You'd be like doop doop. You know what I'm saying? And then you just go when somebody just squeezes you tightly. Those old relatives of yours that you'd be like, I can't breathe. What they're doing is savoring you.
I love it.
Right? They're saving it. Has anybody ever put their hands like here?
Aww.
Be careful with it now. That's some romance for you. When somebody just put their hands like right here, you'd be like, oh my God, are you just taking me in right now?
My child once did that for the woman who watched her, and she was very young. She was 3, and she had been watching Disney movies a lot, and she cupped her face in her hands, and she said, I love you, Quasimodo. And I want you to know that woman was like, I didn't mind it.
Right, because that was so sweet.
Because it was sweet. It was.
Siri does it all the time too. She has since she was like 2.
It's a sweet, The exasperated loud sigh after your thirsty ass has downed a bottle of water.
Listen, if you ever be like,
when you take that thing to the head and
my ex-husband Courtney does it every time he drinks water. I be like, thirsty much?
And then you'd be like, why is this so good? Why is water so good?
So good. He likes to freeze it like it's a whole like thing. When it's just the right cold, he'll be like, the water, my dog.
The water.
It's hitting the spot. He's savoring it. He is savoring it, right? Telling somebody they put their foot in something. Now, that may sound strange to you. Put their foot in something. Maybe that means you are liking it. Those greens are delicious. That macaroni and cheese is hitting, right?
And especially if you
that
told
chicken
them they
is fried
put the
just
whole
so.
foot
You put
in
your
there,
whole
not a
foot
portion
in
of it.
Right? Because if you just, if you're a little bit of a hater, you'd be like, God, you might have dipped your pinky toe. She might have put a toe in this. But when that thing is just good to you, and you want to make sure that everybody, they put their foot in this.
I'd love to know where that came from.
Right. Why does someone put their foot in
Why the
food?
foot? And I want you to know that means that it is amazing.
It is amazing with somebody. Yeah.
All right. Representing for where you're from. When you start using the words, the language. Oh, you hella bootsy. I only speak like that when I get around.
Some pop at the show.
I only speak
In
like
my
that if I'm around people from home. Like there's nothing. Otherwise, you won't even hear the accent come out until now. You get me in a crew with some people from the Bay.
I'm gonna have some cereal. Some cereal.
Where you going in your core?
Some cereal in my car. I'm about to go to the car. It's fast. It's cold in the north. We gotta move quick.
Oh, you hella janky. Yeah, all of that. Yes.
Walking by the mirror and just stopping. And I really want us to actually practice doing this.
Yeah, for real.
Right? When you walk past the mirror and just stop for a second and be like, wait a minute. Okay, I did a little something. All right, I didn't just throw some clothes on. I did a little something. You know what I'm saying? This sundress is sundressing. Okay, wait a minute.
You get to turn around and look.
You can turn around and be like, okay, muffins. Okay, cake. And you're talking to yourself.
You be like,
come on.
In the mirror.
Yes.
Do that instead of avoiding it. Some people will actually like lower their eyes, try to run by it quickly.
Just get quickly.
It says something about how you feel about stopping that thing and get yourself together.
Savor yourself. Yeah.
And then finally, I love it when this happens. We did this the other day when we do.
What?
But when we were at Cinco the other day, and all of us and when he was playing Strumming My Pain.
And baby, it was like, okay, now you've turned into our backup. We're going to tell a live musician. We got this part.
And we broke into the...
And he was like, you know what, y'all go ahead. I'm just going to play behind y'all.
He just played the guitar for us.
You ever be at the club and you rapping the heck out them lyrics? They just drop them out and let you just kill it. I got the rest of this slick Rick right here. I got it.
Listen.
I got it. Don't even play it.
Every single time they play Children's Story, they stop on, what's the part they always say? Dave the dope fiend shooting dope who don't know the meaning of water no soap. Everybody raps it.
Yes.
I'd love that for us.
But that's savoring that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a moment that you have and you share it together. You know, you are having this moment together. You're in appreciation together.
Yes.
I love it.
I love it. All right. So getting into our topic for today. I'm really excited about this topic. Let me tell you how this came about. We were talking about how we want for our relationships, our romantic relationships is what we were talking about at the time. But, future, current, whatever, that we want to be savored. And so we really had to start thinking about, what does that mean then? What does that really mean? I don't want to just announce to somebody that I'm seeing, savor me. Or, how do I know that I'm also doing that for him, right? And so we really wanted to talk today about what it means to savor somebody.
Savor a person.
And we did a little bit of this past weekend. It was Mother's Day. And we know that Mother's Day can be really tricky for a lot of people. Not even just people that have lost their mothers.
People with, different kinds of relationships with their mothers. I mean,
Yes, it can be tricky, right? Mm-hmm. And so we put out this suggestion, hey, let's just have a joy celebration around Mother's Day. Let's force ourselves to find the joy in it. Let's post your favorite picture of your mama or you as a mama or just somebody you admire as a mama. Like whatever it is, let's just get some joy in this moment. And we really savored. And when I tell you that I was in tears looking at other people's pictures, the ways that mothers were holding their children, they were looking at them lovingly. Yeah, it was just, it was really meaningful to see. And so we're going to talk about what it is to savor people today. So first and foremost, just quickly, we're just going to run through this list. Savoring the people in your life helps you to do a few things. It helps you to promote healthy attachment.
Yep.
Oftentimes we can get into tricky spaces where, sometimes we become too codependent. Sometimes we aren't having enough of a connection. When you truly savor someone, that is promoting the healthiest of relationships between you two.
And that enhances your overall life quality. Honestly, your overall life quality is enhanced by engaging in relationships where it's a healthy attachment, where you're savoring one another.
Yep. It also cultivates healthy connective functioning, the ways that you all communicate with one another. When you fully savor someone and you feel savored, there are things you don't want to say to each other. You don't want to hurt each other.
Right.
You want to communicate in particular ways. You want to nurture one another, right? So it just, it keeps you in a healthy state of functioning.
It helps others adjust to their role in your life. It helps other people feel comfortable about their role in your life. If you ever felt inconsequential to someone, it might have been a lack of savoring and appreciation in that relationship.
I always think about this with us. We're really good at letting each other have other friends. And I say that can be tricky for other people. That can be tricky for like best friends to feel like, I feel like she's hanging out with somebody else. We don't have that problem because we savor each other so much. Yeah. Go on ahead and go hang out with your little friend over there. You're going to come back
little
to me.
Friend. What do? Go on and go to your little 98. 99.
She's been shading me all week. Why are you reunioning with them? Because I came in with them. That's actually.
Where's the little wah? No.
Crickets. Yeah, so it does. It helps them. It helps us adapt to the stressors that come from being in relation with others. So think of the different types of relationships you may have that can be stressful. You as a caregiver, you as a breadwinner in the family, right? You as a mentor to somebody or being a mentee to somebody. All of these different dynamics, it helps you to deal with the stresses of them because you appreciate the relationship more and you appreciate the person more. And so you're able to have your moments because that's important too.
But you get past them so much quickly because I know you savor me.
Right.
I know you appreciate me. So this thing being left undone, I'm not going to hold a grudge about that because you have already laid this groundwork, right, of savoring.
I think about this often when every year for Mother's Day, my daughter's father sends me peonies every year. Every year. It doesn't matter what we could have cussed each other out the day before. He gonna send me them peonies. And this year he was a little late in sending them, and I was like, oh, I kind of miss my peonies. And then he got me these flowers here. But I will say this: it's always that reminder of, you know what, he appreciates the work that I did. That little small gesture. You know what? I'm gonna go on ahead and apologize.
It nurtures that relationship. Because you all are family. It's changed its core. It's changed the way in which you all are family. But your family forever, as long as your daughter is still here. You know what I mean? So
forever.
That's forever.
Forever
right?
and always.
And leading to that, it also reduces conflict. Just like we said before, it gets you past the difficult moments in these relationships when you are consistent in that savoring and appreciation with one another.
Yes. When you savor the people that you work with.
Come on.
It increases job performance. It makes you want to be there. We talked about that.
Shout out IO psychology.
We talked about finding your squad at work, and when you savor those relationships, they're just there are ways that when you have real meaningful relationships with the people that you work with, the work you get done together, it's just very, very different than if you're just coming in and clocking in and out each day. And
ignoring what the other people are contributing. It improves your overall health, right? Your mental health, your physical health. And that's something, obviously, that we're trying to get people to do with the Joy RX in general.
Yes. It promotes engagement and learning. When you feel savored, and when you are in the active role of savoring someone, you want to communicate with them. You want to find them. You want to spend time with them. And you want to learn more about them. You're in that state where nothing is boring. They fascinate you. She still fascinates me to this day.
Oh, my God, you fascinate me.
To this day.
Like things that you're like, what? And that's also a skill of yours?
27 years later.
You just gonna pull that out of your bag? I mean,
I am still in awe and wonderment.
In awe and wonderment of this woman, no matter how long it's been. If you've ever experienced anxiety in relationships, it's that insecure feeling. You wonder, who am I to you? You wonder as the other person is happy, right? When you have some really good savoring and appreciation techniques that you're consistent in, those kinds of anxieties quell. They really do. When somebody is worried about what you're doing, who you're talking to, are you happy here? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? You know what I'm saying? They're doing stuff like that. It's because they have some anxiety in the relationship.
That's good.
If you've been savoring me, I'm chilling.
I don't care that you didn't call every 5 minutes.
In fact, don't. I want you to be busy doing you. I have joy that you out having your joy. Please go ahead. I'm going on a boys trip. Oh my God, give me a souvenir. Have a great time. I'm not anxious because I know you've been savoring and you appreciate me.
Am
I anxious?
Yes. I love that.
Me too.
All right. So when thinking about savoring, there are kind of two ways you can consider it, right? There's reactive and there's proactive, right? So thinking about savoring people, reactive, it's something that happens naturally and spontaneously, It's that thing. It's that moment of, okay, polka dots.
Right.
You know, you didn't know this was about to happen.
Right.
You didn't know you were going to see something that was going to excite you like
It's
that.
going to make you want to just jump in and wriggle in it.
Right.
And relish
and lay in the wet spot.
Right. It only requires an awareness of laying in the wet spot. I'm not doing this for her today. It merely requires an awareness of an ongoing positive experience that one has not intentionally created, but you can savor it. That's my favorite. When you just come up on a situation that you can savor. Like, we thought we were just going to go out and get something to eat. We see all these people there. The music is good. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And we're like, we thought we were just stopping in and getting something. And this just turned into a night, right? Something you didn't even plan. That's what you need to just have a reactive, savoring experience.
Yeah. It fosters the joy of surprise, right? Because you come, it's like you just said, you just came across it. We hung out. What was that Saturday when we went on the HBCU
Morehouse bar crawl?
The bar crawl. We did not anticipate having that much fun.
We didn't even know what people were going to be doing.
In fact, we were planning on leaving.
Yeah, we were going to pop in.
We were like, we just going to do a couple. We stayed the entire day.
Shout out Smook. Good event.
Smook is my new friend.
And he actually, what's funny is other people saw us in the pictures. I didn't even think we were in the pictures that much. And a couple of people were like, I saw you went to the Morehouse bar crawl. You know what I'm saying? Is it good? Is it dope? You know what I'm saying? Should I go next year? We had a lot of fun. I was like, oh, we're going to become some poster children. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone
they were like,
go.
Should we come?
Yeah.
Right? And it did. It was spontaneous, but we were enjoying the people.
Yeah.
Shout out Mark.
Yeah. Mark, who held us down. He was our driver when we needed him.
Thank you, Mark.
When you are reactively savoring, you only reminisce when external circumstances bring positive memories to mind, right? So like something has to happen that reminds you. We talked, I think, we talked a couple episodes ago about like when the whole family gets together and they relive those stories, and every time they get together they relive those stories. But that is being reactive, right? We got together, and because we were in community together, then we relived those moments and reminisced on those good times.
It was natural. It was spontaneous.
Right.
And so proactive, right? That's different. And we really want people to do this too. We want people to have that reactive moment, like notice it when it happens, but also be proactive, right? Deliberately grow and seek out positive experiences to savor, right? Don't just let them happen to you. Let's just see if it's going to be fun with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, make it, right? Be proactive about it.
That is so important for your relationship, y'all. Any relationship you have, I don't care what your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, your daughter,
supervisor,
anybody. I'm telling you, you're looking for opportunities to savor them. That's very, very different, because that's going to require a different mindset. That is, Charlie to get on my last nerve. But I'm going to go on ahead and kick it because we always got some good time that ends up happening. So I'm going to go and I'm going to buy these concert tickets, because whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Be intentional.
That's going to save your relationships. If you stay in a state of anticipating how I can savor this person, right? So it's effortful allocation of time and energy to create a positive experience from scratch with others. Effortful.
Say it again.
Effortful.
Which means I got to put energy in toward it on the front end.
Let me tell you what we do in a lot of relationships. We just say like, oh, it's just not fun anymore. Or, it always feels like work. Did you try something different?
Yes. Did you try something new? Did you put the effort in to create that experience? And you know what that does? It leads us to our next kind of point here, right? What that does is that then fosters the joy of anticipation. Now, when you have something planned, you're like, this is he's going to be so surprised by whatever it is, right? That just the anticipation of it. I'm not talking about when you get there yet. I'm talking about savoring in your own anticipation. You ever, like, when I am wrapping Christmas presents, I am in the zone. It's one of my happiest times. But y'all know I love Christmas, everything about it, right? But when I'm wrapping gifts, I'll be like, because I'm literally I have planned. It was something effortful. I thought about what it was going to be when the person saw this. And when you are savoring, if you savor somebody, what you plan out. When I gave this woman like some serial killer coloring books, I know that sounds very strange. What do you mean you gave her a serial killer?
Oh my God.
I said a coloring book and it was filled with serial killers.
The joy that it brought me. I cannot explain to you. The joy. She even got me colored pencils with. I mean, it was just. You talk about a birthday present. You talk about
color Dead Bundy.
Oh my God! What?
Right, but it was. I was anticipating that. In her bag was that and a Jason Momoa. I was like, she gonna know.
And I was in color jokers too. Yes. So, in addition, when we're talking about being proactive, reminiscing serves to keep one's storehouse of pleasant memories fresh and accessible.
Yes. Now that's what you were just talking about. When you're tired of your relationship and whatnot, it's because the memories you have are all bad. When she do this, when she do that, right? And you don't have. What about all these other wonderful things, these other moments that you have? But you got to savor them. If you skip past them too quickly, you won't have them stored.
Yep. And you know why? Because what happens is when things start to fall apart in any relationship, you only focus on the things that bring you down, right? Which is why it's important to be proactive. Before you get to that place, you should have pictures on your walls of the times you enjoyed people. You pull on that when you can't remember why you like somebody, but you got to walk by that picture of them every day where you were in the midst of joy. That's why that's important.
You need a relationship soundtrack. They're getting on my nerves. Put that soundtrack in.
Put the soundtrack on.
Trigger some different memories about them.
The next time somebody tries to argue with you, put on a song that y'all love to dance to. I bet you they stop.
We can't fight through this. But we fighting with this in the background.
That's why all my boyfriends know to put on Ready or Not. I'm going to shut up. Just go ahead.
After this song, though, I want to talk to you. You just singing your little
but
song.
I'm going to be a little sweeter when I do it.
Sweeter when I do it. Yes. And this anticipation that we're talking about can heighten the joy of positive events with others. And before, after, and during their occurrence, right? When you're excited, when you have savored the moments, even leading up to the moments you plan to savor, right? Then you are savoring before, you are appreciating and savoring during, and afterwards, you are just gone in the memories, savoring and appreciating those. That makes the whole thing joy. It makes the whole thing joy. So it wasn't just that moment. It was me prepping for, it was me planning for the moment, prepping for the moment, your response to the moment, the after moment. 2 years later, we think back on the moment. Remember, we're talking about creating joy.
Yeah. You all ask us a lot of the time or make mention of like, are y'all happy all the time? Like, y'all, these are the tools, y'all. Yeah. Like, if you keep yourself in a state of joy, if I'm anticipating joy, if I'm reminiscing about joy, then I stay there longer. Those hard times, it's harder for them to bring me down and keep me down.
I know joy cometh.
Yeah.
I know joy cometh.
Yes.
We're actually going to be talking about that.
Yes, we are.
Next week. Is it next week? Next week, we're going to be talking about, how do you have joy in the hard times? That is a good question. People are like, just glee? You just wake up in glee? Maddie and Kanika. Okay, then. So we're going to talk about when the times are hard. You know, then what can we do and why should we do it? We're going to talk about that next.
So we've talked kind of generally. So now let's talk about some very specific ways to savor and appreciate those people in your life, whomever that may be.
Yes.
Okay. First and foremost, always be present.
Be present. Put your phone down and listen.
Put it down. Put it face down. And just sit.
Lean in.
Turn towards them. Look them in the face. Just whatever you have to do, make them the center. It doesn't hurt you for a few minutes to do that. Just do that. When you get home from a long day of work, you know what? Take a few minutes in the car to decompress. I do that. But when you come in and your children are running to greet you at the door, put everything else down for those few minutes.
Just hear what they're talking about. My daughter talks. She just gets to talking about something, and I'll be like, "Oh, is it? We got a new cheer today, and then Mackenzie, she was gonna do this, but then we go." It's quite a story.
That's very
but I was
different.
Like, let me just listen to it.
Oh yeah. Oh
What now? Huh?
Okay.
Or she asked a question, and I wasn't listening. So
that's good. They can.
And you only
see
need
it.
a few minutes of it. It doesn't. I mean, we didn't say 2 hours. Not always, right?
Yeah.
Say thank you.
Say it.
This sounds really like. I mean,
Trite
that sounds super basic. But I mean, like, thank you. I thank people sometimes for their time, because that's such an amazing gift. Thank you for taking out time. Thank you. I know you took out time not only to do this. You planned this. You planned. You know what I mean? This took forethought. Thank you for your forethought.
You ever had somebody look at you with tears in their eyes and just grasp your hands and just thank you for something you thought was so small? I'm telling you, we'll never know the miracles that we've given others. We'll never know how we saved people's lives. You just thank you.
But that's good for you too, because it takes when you start to feel like nobody's on my team, nobody cares. I feel like I'm alone in this world. The more thank yous you give, the more you kind of it stays in your mind. Yep. I said thank you so many times during this. That means that person was standing with me.
Yep.
That means there they were.
Yep. This next one, listen empathetically.
Please.
Y'all, sometimes, you know what I've started doing? What I've started saying to people is, I just did this with Azure the other day. I said, because my natural tendency is to want to solve things. So I said, are you looking for a solution or you just want me to listen? Because I can do that for you. I want to give you what you want in this moment. And she said, well, right now, I just want you to listen. Got it. And so as she's talking, I was like, "Oh, girl, and getting up."
That was the empathy piece.
That's my role right now. That's what she said she needed. I'm gonna give you what you need.
Yeah. Remember, sympathy is just feeling bad for someone, right? That's just sorrow. Empathy is I'm putting myself in your shoes. I'm trying to understand really where you're coming from. That's a really good relationship, improver as well too. Let me just hear, instead of denying everything. What a lot of people do in couples is just like, well, I felt like this. You shouldn't have felt like that because I didn't mean that. That's inconsequential. This person that you love said they felt hurt. Just meet them there.
And you know what it is that so often the part about it that we hear is you hurt me.
Right.
Remove yourself from it.
Get out of there.
This person you love is hurt.
It's hurting.
That's it.
They're hurting.
And if you were the one who did it, just at least hear them out.
Hear it. Don't qualify and justify when you don't have no right to feel. What?
Don't do that. Don't
one of
do
my
that
worst
to the people you savor.
Yeah. One of the statements I hate to hear people say, and they say it a lot, is you can't be mad.
I can always be mad.
Sure, I can. I am.
No, I'm doing it right now.
Obviously,
this
that's
is
not
me
true.
mad.
I mean, you can't be mad. You can't be mad. It's totally possible since it's happening.
Possible, and in fact, I'm doing it right now.
All right. Be specific in your praise.
Specific.
There's nothing that people love more than like very specific affirmation, right? Which is different than like, you're great. Like sometimes people need to hear you're great, right? But after a person has delivered a speech that they were nervous about, for you to say, oh, your word choice, it was just your delivery, the diction. Like, it lets people know I was really listening to you. I've been savoring you.
When we asked for the pictures for Mother's Day, one sister I know, she posted a picture of her mother. She's always kind of struggled with her mother, and I know that she saw her grandmother as more of the person who raised her. And so when she posted the picture of her mother, I said, sis, I want you to know I see what you're doing. I understand what you just did because I know your story. Those kinds of things, y'all. Listen to people, understand
That's
them.
different than, your mom cute. And again, I'm not saying don't do your mom.
I did that too.
But that what she said hit in a different way when you know something about them. But that means that requires the work. That requires
not just, oh, you look like you lost a little bit of weight. No. I see how you've been eating lately. I know how hard this is for you. I want you to know I see it working.
Be specific.
That is so much different. That encourages someone to, let me keep doing what I'm doing. Yeah. Make small sacrifices, y'all. We're often almost upset about, I guess I'll go and do these dishes.
Any level of inconvenience. I mean, good Lord. We have just become so pampered that I can't let anybody get in front of me in this wicked traffic, and we're all going to be in the same lane anyway. We're going to be at the same light. I'm going to crash my car and yours with both of our children in it so that I can't make that sacrifice. I cannot. I got 2,000 things in my grocery cart. The person behind me has one. She can't get in front of me.
Can you imagine the world we would live in if we would just commit to small sacrifices?
Small sacrifices.
It's not going to break you.
It's not. I mean, honestly.
And if you're trying to savor a person
and maintain a relationship, I'm not going to bring myself. I'm not going to do anything extra. Well, then we might not want to have a relationship. Relationship means making some sacrifices sometimes, and gleefully, and do it with joy. Because you love this person.
Because I love you. Not because they did something for you. Just
not tit for tat.
No, I am savoring and appreciating you. This is how I'm showing it.
How I'm showing it. And that's going to require some sacrifice. Right? Be available. That can be tough. Right? That can be tough for a lot of us. You might have a long job. I have friends that are like, emergency medicine physicians. You know what I mean? Like, they just up all night. Like, I got to answer the phone. I got to and figure out a way. Again, I'm not saying that you have to get off of your night shift and be available for 8 hours. You know what I mean? While you're supposed to be sleeping. There are ways, though. There are ways you can get off of your shift and return some text with some empathic responses. There are things you can do to be available to your friends and family.
Yeah. This is a big one. Men, hear me on this, because we know we got some male listeners. I want you to hear me. We as women thrive on this, okay? It's just who we are. Listen, just roll with it.
I think they do too.
Well.
They live it.
That's true too. Women listen to me too. Compliment them often. Every day you come home, find something to tell your wife, your husband. Oh, I see you got cute today. All right. Simple. Baby, this meal you cook.
And let it be dramatic if you think it is in the moment. They're talking to you about like picking the kids up and you're like, oh, she looks fine. Just like blurt that out. I'm sorry, I'm listening to you, and I am going to pick up our son.
But I'm about to bend you over this
baby,
bench.
you fine. Like, what is this dress? What are we doing with it? Where you going?
You look like you ain't got nothing on under that. I'm about to.
Hey. Right, and watch the.
Look. You might get a little bit of
Right?
sugar you
It
wouldn't
fosters-
expect it.
Or, the cooking, whatever the thing that is your
Whatever the
thing.
thing
You know what I'm
is.
saying? Like, right? That buys into the relationship. Like I said, it reduces that anxiety.
Uh-huh.
If you are complimenting everybody else outside of the relationship, everybody with your stares, you know what I'm saying, and your comments, but then your woman at home don't know that you think she's beautiful, problem. I didn't say you can't compliment and look at the waitress. She got on a whole corset. This is Atlanta. She probably was naked. Fine. You can compliment. You can look at the waitress, but make sure your wife knows.
And it can be very simple, y'all. I used to have a mate who he would look at me and he'd say, "Hey, pretty lady." Simplest thing. But every time he did it, I'd be like,
compliment your children.
Because you know what it is? The people that we see all the time, we don't, we take it for granted.
Start to take that for granted.
Could you imagine the children we'd raise if we said, I see how you go out every day and practice this skateboarding. I am in awe of you.
It.
You are doing that.
When they improve on something, you just note it every time. And again, not just for them, for you too.
Yeah. This
increases your joy to savor other people. Right? Pay it forward. That's a good one. I think, but there's like these pay it forward activities that people do. You know what I mean? I'm going to pour into this person or take care of this person in hopes that they do it. Right? In the next space. Our sisters have an organization called True Blue 1881, and they give. They actually clear the balances for HBCU. They cleared so many of my students' balances. I just have to say that. Thank you. True Blue 1881, that's headed up by our sister Tiombe. And I mean, literally, I have students who are walking across the stage this upcoming weekend because of this organization. But the only thing they asked of them, they said, we want you to just make a video asking other people to do it. Right? Pay this forward. Don't just graduate. Ooh, thank you. Make sure that you provide an opportunity for seniors behind you to have this same blessing. That's all we ask, right? That's all they ask of these young people. They don't have to do a bunch of writing. They don't have to do anything. Just make a way so that someone else can provide this opportunity for someone else. That's paying it forward.
And what you said is key too. Rather than going and complaining to someone about the things they won't do it for them. When they see you doing it,
this is so good.
When they see that you wash the dishes.
We think folks are just going to read our minds. And that's how we end up with an attitude.
I'm telling you. What you want them to do for you, you do it.
You do it.
You do it first.
Let them see it. Let them understand this kitchen being clean that feels good to me. Okay, good. Then maybe we'll both contribute to this good feeling that you're having. Pay that thing forward. Don't wait. I'm not getting nothing for Father's Day. So I don't know what he gonna do for Mother's Day.
Nope. I'm telling you.
This is sticky for people.
This is sticky.
I'm not doing it unless they do
sticky.
it. Well, if they have the same attitude, then nobody's gonna do it. Well, I'm not gonna be first. I'm not gonna be first.
Why wouldn't
I guess
you?
nobody. Why? I would love to be first.
Why wouldn't you? This is how we have healthy relationships, y'all.
And a healthy self.
I don't know where we got to this place where we always want to get something. we're always anticipating how am I going to benefit from this. Are you crazy? That's not what love is. Go out and benefit somebody else first.
And in turn, that does benefit you.
Now, this is a big one. This is a big one for me. I don't know about anybody else. This is a big one.
It's a biggin.
It's a biggin. Be loyal to them. I'm not talking about just, don't cheat on them. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in the conversations you have.
Rep for them.
Let me tell you, I'm making sure that I didn't put this somewhere else down here because
that's okay.
I did.
That's okay because things bear repeating.
Listen,
that's all right.
There's when you are loyal to people, they understand. It doesn't mean that you're a yes man. It doesn't mean that you always agree with them, but it does mean that you ride for them in a particular way. Nobody is going to come and talk crazy about this one here.
Not a soul. Chicago Bear earrings just flying, coming off. Why are you Vaseline in your face? I thought you said something.
Let me tell you something. We were at homecoming. An assistant came up, just a little spicy. Just a little spicy. Just a little spicy.
It was like more weird, maybe,
it was very
it was
weird.
More like, are you okay?
I couldn't quite wrap my mind around what was happening. Somebody was talking to me. I had to tell, stop talking. Wait a second.
You did.
I did.
I
said, stop talking. Because I need to zoom in on this right here. Because it looks like somebody's about to get.
Somebody might be trying to be out with my girl.
And I don't know. I got to focus on this because I might have to hop up in a second.
You got so close that I couldn't believe wasn't like, yo. I mean, you leaned all the way in. That. We're right here. You were like,
Oh, I was.
We good?
I got in between them.
We good right here? What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Listen.
Are we good?
If you don't know anything else, what you do know is that I'm going to be down for this one.
It's going to be the two of us. It's not going to be just one.
I just want you to know that. That's how all your relationships should be. Your people should know who you ride for. Mm-hmm. People should know what you stand for. Mm-hmm. People should know who you align with. This is what your relationship should look like. Your behavior should speak to how you love other folks.
Should speak it. I'm always confused by people who are part of a thing that then they then disparage. Whether it's your organization, your school, your marriage, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you in this thing?
We in here podding
and
today,
you out here, you know what I'm saying? Just disparage it, and it'll act like they're not, you know. Well, you know how they go. Who's they? You use we. They. That's not a same. You're in it. They just go, who's they? You're in it. How are you out here disparaging it? That's the loyalty piece. We don't mean blind ride or die chick, just any old thing. That's not what we're talking about. We are talking about, though, right? If you are in any kind of relationship with someone and there's a commitment there, we're not going to be out of pocket about it out here. I'm going to be inside Clark Atlanta. I'm going to be like, Clark Atlanta, no, we got to get these things together. Outside Clark Atlanta, don't say nothing about no Clark Atlanta.
We
are in there
that too.
Working our behinds off and educating these children is what we doing.
Be loyal.
Be loyal
to a thing.
Yes.
We just out here just you go to your homeboys and you complaining about your what?
Call her everything but a child of God.
Listen. Now, you may have a friendship where you do that. Everywhere you go, you talking about her.
Nobody think you like her. Then you kind of are like, well, what? It really turns it on you. What are you doing?
What does it say about you, who you are as a person?
What's happening? Y'all having more kids.
You and your man got a particular kind of relationship, but you just out here slobbering somebody else down. You just going to embarrass him like that, sis? Listen.
Unless there's an established.
Even if there's an established relationship, let's get some boundaries around this thing so we can healthily be loyal to folks. Let's be loyal to folks. Come on. To these people that we want to savor. Listen, you about to give me. I'm about. Let me be quiet because this loyalty thing be big
that's
to
a
me.
Big thing, and it doesn't mean you're not correcting something if something's out of pocket, right? That's not what we're saying. It's not a blind following, right? This is I've made a decision to be in community with this particular person, right? And I'm not going to represent otherwise.
I'm not going to represent.
Right. And until that shifts. Also, even the correction is loyal. It's loyal for her to tell me my stuff stank. That's loyalty. She's disloyal if she lets me walk around with my slip shirt.
If I let her walk around and be raggedy,
that's disloyal.
We just did this last week. We were having a deep conversation, and I said, "Now I'm gonna press you.
I'm just gonna
press you a second.
Let me breathe and hear it.
But let me just say this." Because that's loyalty, y'all. You love somebody enough, you don't want them to be out here walking around looking like nobody loved them.
You know, you've said it before. Don't they have friends? You've said it. You've seen someone and be like, you just out here. Who are your people? Where are your people? How can you be out here with this kind of character? What family are you from? Where's your community?
Who are people?
Who are the folk? See,
that's
don't do it to me, please.
We podding today.
We podding.
We're doing it today.
Joy podding.
All right.
So this is an important one. Engage in activities they enjoy. Right? Go to the Oyster Fest.
I knew it was coming.
Come on. But you know, to be honest with you, I had no intention on telling you. You just, once you start asking about the oysters, I had to tell you. I had no intention on mentioning it because I think that's important too. Don't be like, I'm going to the Oyster Fest and I hate oysters. See that? Don't do that part. Just go and enjoy it. Go in.
Why would you announce to somebody that you don't like what they do and you love them? Stop doing that, y'all.
If his flag football, his fantasy football team, that's important. Go in. When they do the draft, make sandwiches. Treat it like it's when his boys come over or girl, but whoever's in, right? On the flag. If fantasy football is that important to him, instead of being like, that is so, it's one day when they do the draft, right? Go in. Make posters. Make posters for that man's team. That man's team. What? And conversely, listen, my father is he's at Alvin Ailey. He's at any little something. Now, sometimes he's going to sleep, but he is in there. Because his wife wants to go.
Okay.
And he does not complain. She's like, Marvin, he'll pull out an outfit. Marvin, why don't you wear that shirt? I got you. He'll go right back and put that shirt on.
Yep.
That's a good idea.
Because I am appreciating this person that I got.
Absolutely. Because this is a woman who, if it's their wedding anniversary, if the playoffs or something's on, she's like, we can go tomorrow. And she will not trip because she knows how important it is for my father to watch these sports. I mean, he's got to watch them.
That's how you end up married 50 years.
That's how you get married that long and still are happy. She'll tell other people, no, he can't talk right now because he's watching his tennis matches on Wimbledon.
I got upset one weekend. I found out there was a bourbon festival, and I wanted to get tickets. And then she announced she was going out of town. I was like, don't go. I didn't want to go to that festival. I was excited about getting those tickets for her. I was like, I don't care anything about this. Those are the kinds of things that you do for the people that you say. And I'm taking my child next Monday to go see Stevie Nicks. Stevie now I can go in on some Stevie Nicks. But wait a minute. Listen, but I would never think to get tickets for myself to do that. I knew that child. I went and got them tickets. I didn't need to go see Beyonce this next time that I have seen her enough time. This one wanted to go. I went and got my child tickets.
But really go in, and I think if you do that for your children, I mean, what a difference that makes. When you do it with them when they're young, they turn into older people who now trust you and come to you about things, right? If you're just kind of despise all of their activities.
And this is why we talk about
why they don't come to you about things.
But we talk about this pay it forward too. This is why my child just got me Dollywood tickets.
Come on. Now listen. She did that.
We going. We might make it a
we
Joy
might go
RX
live.
field.
We need to go live from
Definitely
Dollywood.
Going live. When I'm in Dollywood, we about to go live. Listen, she called me and I hysterically cried. Absolutely. And she said to me, you take whoever you want, mommy. Mm-hmm. I was like, you don't want to go? She was like, if you want me to go, and I said to myself, well, I know this one wants
I'm going to go. I love any amusement park at all.
I knew this one wanted. And you know what she did? She came down the stairs this morning and she said, Auntie Ife, did my mom tell you what I got for both of you?
You guys are going, right, she said it to me too. You're going to Dollywood.
Get things for them that they enjoy.
When I see people buy gifts that they like, that's that's so crazy to me. I bought you this in my favorite color. What?
Why?
I bought you this so that you could do this for me when I'm doing such and such.
Or I bought it for you so that when you decide you don't want it, I'll just
it.
Inherit it. Get out of here.
I'm sorry, what?
Get out of here.
The number of burger fests I went to, I don't eat meat. I don't eat burgers. I'm telling you, buying tickets, getting VIP. Let's go to this burger fest. You don't want anything? Do they have any fries or anything? Do they have any buns that don't have any?
You hear what I'm saying?
But I get the joy from it. I'm not suffering. There's a difference too. I'm not complaining. I'm not suffering. I'm not throwing it back in somebody's face.
Right.
I'm doing it for the joy. I'm savoring.
The glee I see on your face.
Seeing the glee on this other person.
Yeah. I love it.
This is my favorite one. Come on.
Now we
give
said
it to
this.
Us. Give it to us.
She said, "Ooh, I'm getting moist."
Yeah, this one's going. Listen, I might have to come off camera. I just
take something off their plate permanently.
I'm getting emotional.
You go and do something for me.
You take a thing off my plate. There's nothing I want more.
Imagine your man calling and saying, "Baby, I'm gonna go get the kids today." And for the rest of the month.
And actually, Thursdays, I moved my Thursdays around because you do all the other days. I moved my Thursdays around. So you know what? Thursdays, you can just get off work and just come on in. I got them for Thursdays.
I'd put my whole mouth all over him.
What?
Do you understand the ways that you would get celebrated after that? You savor me like that.
Sometimes we don't. We undercount that and then we get upset about the consequence of not taking something off somebody's plate, right? So somebody's carrying a lion's share of work and stuff around the house. This actually causes a lot of divorce, to be honest with you, right? When people are just like, I'm in this thing alone anyway. Why I need you? You know, if I got to do everything, and so you think, well, they're not interested in sex. They tired. They're not cooking. They got home at 8:30. You know what I'm saying? Like you got home at 5.
You didn't see.
You're right. So if you could take something off the person's plate.
Imagine you come home, the whole house. Get naked right now.
There's going to be some stuff you didn't even think about. In fact, get on one of those websites. Pick out a few things. I got you. The little, when you hit incognito window and them websites you go about 2-3 of them.
We doing all of it tonight.
Pick out some of it. I got you. Whatever it is. But this requires, I know.
Listen, y'all think we're playing. I will change your life after you take something off my plate.
It's my absolute love language. I mean, I love gifts and things like that, but I mean, when people are asking me something, just I'll come and just get Zuri for that. I tell you that happened on Mother's Day. People do you want to just spend the day? I spent some time with Zuri. I sure did. Let me tell you how some other people were like, I got her for the morning so you can sleep in.
Now that's a Mother's Day. I got her in the
evening. I was like, you understood the assignment. She's wonderful, but baby, a little break.
I'm telling you, you just don't know.
Take something out, right? Write the words down. Oh, you do this. You can be a letter writer.
Yeah, I write little notes. Yeah, I do. I put yes. Well, we're constantly in text with each other. Yeah, text is it. I mean, it's made it easy for us now, y'all.
Yeah. Just take a second out of your busy work day. You know what I mean, and just let the person know I'm saving you for right now. I'm on lunch, and I'm just I'm thinking about you.
Tiadra sent me she said, this just made me think of you, sis. And she sent me a meme. It said, I wish Dolly had sang about working from 10 to 2 instead of 9. Dolly was out of pocket. You know what? But what that said to me, I was on her mind. She thought about, she paused her day.
Yeah.
She did this just this morning. Like, what?
Oh.
What does that say to somebody?
Yeah.
Girl, I was just sitting here laughing at how crazy you are. You always bring me a smile. Send somebody that.
Send somebody. I think you think it all the time, actually.
Yep.
And I think what we're talking about is savoring another person, and that really increases connection and belonging. Yep. I know we always go back to our old principles, but that's because they all work in tandem.
They do.
It's genius. Yep. I mean, how these things
if we
together.
say so ourselves.
I mean, if we say so ourselves, right?
This curriculum we just threw together.
All right. That leads us to the next one, knowing their love language. What what really gets me when I do couples therapy is people who don't even know how you married this long and don't even know what they really want from you. All they want is to be appreciated. All they want is to hear you say, thank you, you're an awesome mother. That's all they wanted. You done bought all of this stuff. And then you keep bringing that up. I done bought all this stuff. Nobody asked you to do it. I never said that was the thing that celebrated me. You never took time to find out what celebrates your man.
I'm telling you, just ask a question.
Ask.
What?
Pay attention.
What are the ways
they'll
that
let you
you
know.
feel loved so I can do it and do it often? I'm telling you. This goes back to this loyalty, y'all.
Go in, see when that finger pops up.
And this finger.
When this finger happens right here,
it's coming.
She about to just let us know. She's about to bless. When I do two, I do a two finger.
And then she does a
It's a two at a tilt. And she just gets that one going. Brag
about them in public and admonish them in private. This is really important, y'all. I'm not saying say yes to them all the time. That is not showing loyalty. What I'm saying is you see them being out of pocket, pull them to the side and just be like, listen, I'm going to save you real quick. Stop embarrassing people in front of everybody else.
Why do we do that?
I don't understand why we do that.
People do that to their children a lot too. What is that? What is that?
Why would you cuss your child out in the middle of the grocery store?
I don't understand the motivation.
You just yank them up by the collar and we're going to the car.
You letting everybody know that there's like and really it's embarrassing yourself. Why are people? What's a strange?
You out in the street fighting and yelling with your man. What? Why do you want everyone to know this?
Because remember, you're on the same team. So anytime, can you imagine watching, we've been watching these, the NBA playoffs. Can you imagine just watching someone wrestle the ball away from the teammate and be like, that was dumb. What a dumb pass you just made.
Draymond yelling at Steph.
Right.
In the middle of the playoffs.
You need to go sit down somewhere because you're really not that good at this.
Are you crazy? Could you imagine seeing two people on the same team fighting in public?
We see it all the time. We see people on the same team. If you're not on the same team with your loved one.
Don't do this, y'all.
Don't do it.
Don't do this.
Take a breath. Take a second. Even if something, you put a pin in it. Right? Or if it's getting out of control, jump in and positively reframe. Let's say they're doing something, you're just like, and you might want to just put your hand here.
Yep.
Right? Put your hand here. And I think what's important to add, what I think he, another point to that I think he's stating here is so derail. You're in sync. He'll catch it and be like, "Oh, I'm getting I'm out of pocket." Okay, be on the same team. That's not cute, y'all.
It's not.
Somebody told us it was cute. Reality TV, I think, has made us think it's cute to just go off on your friends and family in public.
It ain't.
Why?
Don't do that.
You're throwing a drink in a man's face. I don't understand what's happening. You cussing your own friend out?
You can have whatever words you need to have them at home. Please don't do that in front of people. The ways they will use that, they will help to break down your relationship in the future because they've seen too much. There's got to be some stuff that's just right here between us.
Yeah. And yes, offer correction. But actually, even that waiting till you get home actually can get you out of the hot moment to formulate your thoughts, to have the discussion about that. When you said that, that's my friend. It's important for me that you do not, such and such with my friend. You don't just go like, that's why I'm MF friend. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Reciprocate.
Yes.
That seems so simple. But I think some people might need a little lesson in reciprocation, to be honest with you. A lot of times people think that they're dishing out what they're giving, that they're taking in what they're giving. And, well, I did this, and so then I now expect this. You might need to sit for a moment and really think about, and really measure the two, really think about that, because you might think you're reciprocating and you're not.
Ask the people you are in relation with.
Do you feel like I'm showing up fully in this relationship? Do you feel like I'm meeting you? Because if you're just going to use your own standards, well, be by yourself.
That's so good. That's so good. Your standard is not the only one.
Well, I reciprocated
that matters
to me.
in this
it couldn't
relationship.
be because
That's
we're in
so
a
good.
relationship. So if I don't feel like it, you can't just say, well, no, I did it. You're just,
That's so good. Ooh, that's so good.
how's that going to work?
All right.
How would that work?
Well,
Joy journal time.
Joy Journal.
Bring 'em the joy journal.
I'd like to read some stories from the Joy Journal. Yeah, so all of these are about savoring people.
Yeah, you asked. Is this from when you asked online?
I asked some people what were the last things that they savor.
Mm-hmm. Savoring my. You didn't see that. It's joy in the cup.
Joy in the cup. There's some joy in this cup. There's some joy in this cup. If you see it, eat it up. If you see it, drink it up. Okay.
Y'all leave me alone.
So the original Joy John, the one who gave us the name
The
Joy
term,
John,
he coined Joy
is
John.
the one.
Joy John.
Okay.
I know.
Brock, our homeboy Brock from New York. He, this was again when I asked the question of what was the last thing that you savored, the last time that you savored something. Tell me about it. And he said this was just after Cinco, and we had hung out together. And he said, time with some of the most amazing people I have the honor of knowing. Thank you. I was one of those people.
Yay.
So I feel good about that. Thank you for savoring our time together.
Yes, sir.
I'll read it.
This is from our sister, Jaya. Let me tell you, she what I like about our Spellman sister is she's one of the most live out loud human beings.
Oh God.
She is going to, when you talk about somebody who just keeps it 100.
Oh, she keeps it 1,000.
She keeps it 1,000, no matter what we're talking about. So we could be talking about love and relationships. When we're in a HBCU group and somebody want to come for Spellman and Morehouse, please
don't. Oh God, please don't.
She's not the one.
And she's going to eviscerate.
You are going to get. She just keeps it a grip, like, you know what I mean. Like she's just like, I say what's on my mind. No, okay. So of course we asked, what have you savored recently? She said, my man's body this past weekend. It was delectable. She used the term delectable. Now I'm gonna be honest, that's a compliment. That means she
I
savored.
love that for you, Jael.
What, to be called delectable?
Listen,
I'm so delicious. I am gourmet to you.
Ooh.
I am just a culinary delight.
She said that. I'm not mad at it.
He ain't
That's
mad
savoring. He ain't mad.
He ain't mad.
He really ain't mad at it. Our girl in Zinga, what's up, Z? From DC. She said, she calls her niece Juicy James. A kiss from my niece. She is such a little cuddle muffin, and I still feel her sweet touch on my cheek from hours ago.
That's savoring and appreciation.
That is savoring.
When you're not with somebody, you just recall how they
just
felt.
get warm in that spot.
Oh. All right.
Then this one.
I got these today.
You did.
Some Adrian. This is from AJ from Atlanta, Georgia. And again, we asked, what have you savored? Actually, it was Janelle Monáe's new video.
Listen, if y'all ain't seen this
Savoring.
lipstick lover
That's appreciation.
video, Janelle didn't want y'all to be confused on what she's savoring.
Nope.
You know by the time you finish watching this video here. So
yep.
He savored it. I'm
he
not mad
savored
at it.
it. I love it. So thank you so much for joining us today on our season of Savoring and Appreciation. We have more savoring for you next week, where we are going to talk about how do I get to this stage of appreciation? How do I savor my good moments in the midst of what feels like really bad times?
Yes.
We're going to talk about that next week.
Yes. Thank you all for joining us. We say this every time, but we really mean this, y'all. If you like what you are saying, we need you to rate. We need you to review. Mm-hmm. Go on ahead. If you're doing this right now, stop what you're doing.
Review it real quick.
Just send a little review. Just go wherever you listen to podcasts.
Just rate
or
it
get
real
on YouTube.
Quick.
Just go on there. Give us a thumbs up. Tell us what you enjoyed about it so that we can give you more of that. And make sure that you are subscribing. And also share it with 10 people that you love. You want to savor them?
Right.
Give them this podcast.
The gift of joy chuckles.
Right?
Joy info. We want you to be a part of our community of Joy Johns. I mean, Joy Johns are the bomb.
We are. And we're having a good time.
Join us. What is this? You just do your hand.
Come on and be a Joy John. Come on and be a Joy John. Come on and be a Joy John. You are so silly.
I'm normal.
Oh, okay. All right.
We love to hear your stories about joy and how the podcast and joy movement are meaningful to you. Please submit to the Joy Journal at info@thejoyrxwebsite.com.
And please follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at The Joy RX, and on Twitter and YouTube at The Real Joy RX.
If you love what you hear and see on this podcast, love us, and love joy, please rate, like, subscribe, follow, and share.
And if you want to get some fancy joy merch, letting everyone know you are part of the Joy RX movement, go to shopjoyrx.com.
Thank you for joining us.